Hi everybody, I'm still cleaning up my mess and I've got my cards made, and I've been also working in my closet in my bedroom, and we have a moisture problem in there because there is a laundry room and a bathroom right off of it. And I had found this thing was full, these moisture eliminators. I always keep one on the floor in my master closet. So I was throwing it away because I've been trying to be really good about throwing things away, and it just got the best of me. It has this type of a top on it. I don't know if you can see, but there's like this webbed opening. Now on the inside there were like the place where you put your crystals. I pulled that out. I got rid of it. I rinsed everything out, and I was going to tear this off because I was thinking this is a perfect paintbrush stand, because it separates everything so you can see them. I had showed you in the past that I had it on my turnstile that's by my desk, but when I saw this, I thought everything's together. I even have my pellets in here. They fit in here. So anyway, I didn't like the way that it looked, and from my card making, I have papers left over, and my theme is green and yellow. But this has a blue rim to it, and I had this paper that was left over that's yellow with a little bit of blue dot on it. So all I'm going to do right now, I'm using the red tape, which is stronger. Ah, if it'll come off. Come on. The tape itself wants to come off. Stay on there. Why does this always happen on camera? There we go. Okay, got that piece. Make sure. So I'm not even really doing measuring. This is the piece of paper as it was when I was done with the cards. So I'm just going to stick it behind here. I don't want it on the rim itself. Let's see, I'll turn this around. So I didn't even bother taking off this stuff here. I'm just going to wrap it around. Doesn't matter if it matches perfectly. I'm just trying to pull it tight. Okay, so that covers that part. And then I have another piece, same thing, same piece of paper. It was the excess that I had cut off in order to make my card. I'm trying to use up all my papers. Oh, actually, this wasn't from a card. This was from the envelopes I made to go with my cards. Ah, let go of me. And so now I'm just going to not even worry about what the rest of it looks like, because you're only going to see the front, and that way the back and the front are both covered. And I now have a new paint stand. I don't know if I'm trying to see if I can... I mean, it has the tall paint brushes, it has the short paint brushes. I've got them by style because I've got my square brushes on top there. And I forget what these are called because I'm still learning about painting. I mean, I've been painting for years, but I never learned the terminology. But I've got water brushes, acrylic brushes, the stuff that I use a lot of in here. Now, where am I going to put it at? I haven't decided yet. But I'm getting rid of things, and so there will be a space for this, I promise, because I need to have this. Even if I put this, well, I don't want to put it in the closet because I want to have it at hand so I can grab it for different things. So anyway, if you have any of those dehumidifiers that you buy, I got this one at Walmart, I believe, and they have these little top things on there. You can use it for that. And the other thing that I was thinking you can use this for, same thing as for painting. You know, I'm sorry, I bumped the tripod with my foot. I have one of those buckets. I don't see it in front of me because I moved things. It's a Donna Dewberry bucket. It's made for painting, and you scrub on the bottom, and then there's a thing that you put it through to get most of the excess water out. And if you don't want to invest in that because, you know, you're not planning on being an avid painter, this could work for that too. Because I'm thinking that you can put water in here and then put your paintbrush carefully in there and let it soak. And then you can use this to rub the paintbrush to get most of the excess, the paint or whatever off of. I mean, you wouldn't have it full like this, obviously. It'd be empty with just a few paint brushes in it. But there's a lot of different ways I'm thinking you can use this. You could even use this for your makeup brushes, although I do, believe it or not, I use this brush for different things, like for taking off glitter. It's an old makeup brush. That does not fit in there. So if you have a thick stem like this, thick handle, it's not going to work for this purpose. And it does not work for the stippling brush, you know, for stenciling. So I'm just letting you know that as a heads up. So I have my brushes like that, my stippling brushes, my stencil brushes off to the one side by themselves. I could put my water brushes, the ones that like you have the tube that you put the water in, I could put them in that they would fit in there, but I decided that I use those mostly when I travel, so I'm not even going to bother putting them in here, because when I'm at home, I usually don't use those types of water brushes unless I'm sitting in front of the television with the tray in front of me. Again, that's more like a travel mode. So I wanted to keep my brushes here. I have more that I could even put in here if I wanted to. I'm debating how I'm going to do that. But anyway, just wanted to show you this hint. And if you have any of these, you can use them for different purposes. And the other thing that I thought about, because I'll be buying another one to replace this one, when it's done, I think I'm going to do the same thing. How many times have you had something that you needed to dry? Like maybe you're making, oh, I don't know. I like to make, I forget what they're called. They're Chinese books that you use the chopsticks in the spine of it and you weave every other one. And then I put jewelry on it, but you have to like glue it on. It needs to dry. That would be a good place to put things that you need to dry that are on sticks, so that they could stand there and just dry out of the way. You don't have to worry about them. So I'm thinking about that too. But anyway, this is Vicki Key. I'm signing off. I was just throwing a hint your way, and my room is still a disaster. It's still a mess, but I'm working on it and working on my house because I'm spring cleaning here in Florida so I can get outside and get to my garden so I can start planting. But, oh, and here's some of my cards. Just wanted to show you. This is some of the things that I've done. I've been using up stickers that I had bought at the Dollar Tree. Let me get this out of the way. And basically all I did was use one of my programs, and I made up verses that would be personal, like, "Dear Judy, you've always been more than a big sister to me." This is from my husband. I actually wrote it in his name. "You've been a role model to me since I was a kid." And she and her husband used to take them different places. And so I put those personal things in there to make it a personal card. I just printed it out, glued it on the inside of it. This is the outside. I'll probably put some ribbon and some string. But I've been using up all my scraps that way. You know, I even had these gold sticker things. I've never used them. It's an anniversary card, and it had the verse "Precious" on it. So when I got in here, I put "Happy Anniversary," and I put "Your marriage is precious," so I could tie the two together. So these are things that I've been doing, and I still have these papers that are left over from the envelopes that I made. But I'm not concerned about it. I'm thinking about actually making like a little tablet of papers for my granddaughter. I had given her a crate of papers last year at this time when they came down to Florida to visit. I filled her entire crate with scrapbooking paper. And the last time I talked to her on the phone, she goes, "You know, Grandma, all that paper's gone." And what I should have thought about, I mean, it actually hurt when I heard that, because my granddaughter at the time was 8 years old, and they use paper with abandon. I mean, they're just children. They're just having fun. She had a blast with all of that paper, cutting it up and gluing it. And I'm sure that my daughter-in-law tossed a lot of it in the garbage when she wasn't looking. And at first it hurt because I'm thinking, some of that was really good paper, but you know what? God bless her. She did it with total abandon. She's a child. She had a blast with it. And so she was kind of hinting around, "I need more paper." So I guess that's what I'm going to be doing with a lot of my scraps. Only this time I think I'm going to be taking some of them, cutting them down to size, and making them into tablets, handing them over to her again, cutting out lots of shapes so she can just have a blast with them, because I'll be seeing them in July. So, love you all, and as far as this election goes, stop thinking about the election and seek first the kingdom of God. Look to God. Stop paying so much attention to this election and start seeking his face, and he'll take care of all of us. Because I know a lot of people are worried about our country. And if you don't live in our country, a lot of you are worried about the economy and what our country does regarding your economy. Stop doing that. Start thinking about God. Talk to God. He is our Savior. He is our King. Talk to him. He can do anything. He can move mountains. I mean, he can do anything. So I'm asking you, stop worrying about this election. Stop worrying about the war. I know if you're in the war, you're probably thinking, how can you say that? How insensitive of you, because you're over there in that country and there's no war going on. And I agree with you on that. But I felt this in my spirit today when I was praying, and the Lord is saying, I am mightier than all men combined on earth. I can do all things. Pay attention to me. Glorify me. Stop looking to these elected officials and to these people you're trying to elect as your saviors, as your idols. They're not. I am. Look to him. Love you all. Have a great day. Bye.